Welcome back to another bake-off! And this baking competition, it was actually suggested by one of you guys in the comments, and I thought it was such a great idea. So you know who you are. Thank you so much for your suggestion. And also, if you guys have future ideas for other baking competitions, let us know, because I do read the comments and I do take your ideas seriously. So today we are doing okay, this is gonna be hard to describe. It's like an international bake-off, but we all chose a different country. We cannot choose the same country, and we had to make a recipe that's like traditional or classic for that country. So, Katie, what did you choose?
Okay, so I think it's for that country, but here's my little disclaimer. I did make these growing up, okay? So the country that I chose was Sweden and Norway make this. So if you're Swedish or Norwegian, let me know if this was a tradition in your houses. Okay, so I'm making today rosette cookies. They're deep fried, and then powdered sugar is put over the top of them. I have no ancestry in those two countries. I have no idea why I made those cookies growing up, so I'm gonna have to ask my mom. I don't know why.
But it's like,
but those are typical in those countries. They do make those cookies. I researched it to make sure that was something. It's not typical. I've never met anybody else in the US that has made those cookies.
Mine hails from the country of Germany.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Yes! And I picked this one because, all right, I just Googled ethnic foods from other countries, and it was one of the first ones, and I said, let's do it. Because it met my criteria. And you know my criteria is all about presentation, taste, and the most difficult thing in the world to make. It's pigs in a blanket with sauerkraut and mustard. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. Pigs in a blanket, sauerkraut, and mustard. If you like all those separately, you're gonna love them combined.
Well, that recipe better be good, because this is literally our dinner tonight and I'm getting hangry. Anyways, my recipe that I'm making comes from Australia, and the reason why I chose Australia is because I've always wanted to go there. So mine's literally gonna be the easiest, because I'm making fairy bread. If you guys don't know what fairy bread is, it's literally a recipe you can make it under 5 minutes. So you take a slice of white bread, put some butter on it, and put sprinkles on it. That's it. Apparently though, I was reading like the recipe, and it's like a childhood classic of many Australians.
It's like cinnamon toast.
Like a lot of like kids would make this growing up and eat it as like a treat or breakfast or whatever. So we're gonna see if fairy bread is really that good. But first I have to put my bread in the oven, because we're making our bread from scratch and it's gonna take 40 minutes in the oven. So we gotta start this now. All right, Katie already prepped it for me because she's a bread queen.
Yeah, these ones aren't turning out so good. So my trick is, because in the winter they don't want to rise, and so it was struggling to rise. The first rise was really bad. So I took a mat that used for gardeners to warm it, and I just used it to help rise the bread.
All right, so I don't know why, but mine said have 1 egg and put a tablespoon of water and whip it up and whip it good. If you know the song, sing along with it. Whip it good.
You set a timer for 40 minutes.
You set that aside, and then I gotta go to the next step. I just basically have to cut these brats up.
Okay,
and then roll out the pastry.
we had to find like German sausages.
Yeah, they don't want.
We're in America.
Irish.
They don't sell German sausages.
This is my puff pastry. And
have you ever worked with puff
I have not,
pastry?
but my understanding is the way you make it is you make like dough, and then you fold in butter, smash it, roll it, fold it, and yeah, it comes out something like this. So I'm gonna cut it so I have 6 strips, and then I'll cut it probably this way so I have 6, 12, 8, 3, 6.
What are you doing, lady?
I'm whisking together some egg, some sugar, and some salt, and then I just need to add in the flour.
Of this. There was like some crunchy nail on chalkboard stuff going on for a second.
Ew, if you like that. Ugh. I'm a recipe person. I follow recipes.
Yeah, well, we're supposed to follow a recipe. We should do a bake-off where we can't use recipe. We're gonna lose.
Fail.
Dad would be the only one who wins.
I know, he can cook.
He just combines things.
So I'm gonna just cut these to match the size of that. They say to do like only like 1 inch wide, but then I'm gonna have a whole bunch of just teeny ones. I want ones that are a little bit more, got more substance to them. So now I only have 24 pieces, but that's okay.
24
Actually,
sheets?
6. I only have 12 sheets.
So you can only make 12?
We're gonna have 12. So everybody in our family gets
2?
2.1.
Is that gonna be, are these big ones or
I hope
small
your dinner's
ones?
good, because like,
well,
you're
mine's
having
bread.
You're having toast, and what were you making?
Cookies!
Oh, no.
Dad, this is our dinner!
We might have to order some pizza.
Cereal.
All right, let's talk more reading about what I gotta do. Spread the center of each.
Okay, so my batter is ready. It's basically like a sweet crepe batter is what it reminds me
Yeah,
of.
it looks like that.
What this uses for these cookies is a special stone or rosette cookie
Stamp?
stamp
What is
fingers.
that?
I don't know what this is, but this is how you make the cookies. And so I'm using these 3 different types. There's like a little flower, a star, and a circle. And basically you dip it in your batter and then you put it in hot oil and fry it. I'm going to spray a little bit of Pam on these because I'm wondering, this is the first time using these. I'm wondering if they'll stick. We had these when I was a child growing up, but these ones are brand new. I haven't used them. So I think I'm gonna spray them with Pam and start frying them. And then after I'm gonna sprinkle powdered sugar on them.
Look. Ta-da!
What about your thin ones?
Oh, then my thin ones will have even smaller, but that's gonna be the next. Look at these guys, they're all down here ready.
Oh, the dogs.
Puppy saw. All right, so it calls for whole grain mustard. Look at that. Can you just smell that?
It smells spicy.
Ah, it smells so good. So what I gotta do is I put a little bit of that on, put a little sauerkraut, roll it, seal it with the egg wash because you put the egg wash on it and that acts like a glue. And then on the top of it, we'll sprinkle some of these. I've never had caraway
seeds.
Caraway or caraway? Caraway seeds, but they say that's the finishing touch.
Magic touch.
It's like what makes it like German.
Oh no.
So my batter, my oil wasn't hot enough, and so all the batter came off it, and it's sitting in the pot.
Oh.
And now I don't need to spray it again with Pam because it's dripping with oil.
Uh-oh.
But I'm like, what happened
What
there?
happened?
Should I have not sprayed it with oil? I know there is a trick, like you're not supposed to get the batter above the, like onto the top, or else how do you get your cookie off, right? So you only take the batter up halfway or up to the line, you know? You don't
I
dip it
don't
all the
know.
way.
It's my first time.
So I'm heating up the oil. I remember doing this as a child, but it has been like well over 25 years, 30 years, 40, 30. I'm giving away my age.
So I'm only gonna put the mustard on half of them because I have a bad feeling that Jake and Ty are gonna bite into one with mustard and go, ew, this is gross. Or Katie will be like, oh, it's so spicy. So I'm gonna try to not make spicy or gross ones. So I'm gonna have some that are somewhat plain and some that are the boom diggity.
I'm so sad. I don't know if this is gonna work. What if I can't
boiling
even
now.
make a cookie?
Oh, that's gonna be really.
I'm like starting to stress.
We haven't had an absolute failure of a bake-off yet.
This might be an absolute failure. I don't know. And then I'm starting to think like, okay, after you cook with the star, how did we change it out to the other ones without burning our fingers? Like I have so many questions now. I don't know how. Mom! I just read the instructions.
Mom.
So it says you're actually supposed to heat up this iron. It's called an iron, rosette iron. I hope I'm saying this right. If not, I'm sorry. Anyway, you're supposed to heat it up for a couple minutes in the hot oil, kind of let it get some of the oil off, and then dip it in your batter. That makes sense because I knew it had to be oil. The Pam spray doesn't quite cut it.
Pam spray.
Ah.
Here's our dinner.
Okay, so I
The smells over
and
here.
Atlas is eating it.
Oh, accidentally dropped it on the floor.
Yeah. So I'm making some that are, again, plain for those who are more of the plain palettes. And I'm not going to cut these smaller. I figure we'll just let them hang over the edge.
All right, here we go. We're gonna try this and see if it works. I'm really hoping. Okay, so try to knock off some of that oil, the excess. Dip it, but don't go above the top. Come back out and
That's a really thin layer.
cook.
Wow, magic.
It's working. It's from what I remember. I think it's working.
How long does it stay in here for?
Until it cooks. I'm crossing my fingers. Your bread is starting to smell really good though.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, so this is cool.
Okay, so I think I said butter. I meant egg wash. It's the egg wash. So I'm just going to do enough to... I think think
Is
what
it to be
this,
crispy or what is
I
that?
think this just kind of gives it a golden hue.
The aesthetic.
Yeah, that's the aesthetic I'm going for. Honestly, I think it makes the eggs or the seeds stick to it.
Yeah, it's like glue kind of.
Yeah. Look, does that look good though?
It does look good.
Okay.
I'm so hungry.
And in the oven they go. Oh.
Katie's thing failed.
My first one stuck and I had to like dig it off.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, now I gotta read real fast how long they cook.
Okay, we're finishing up all of the food and now it's time to make mine. So the bread is done baking, so I'm gonna get a bread knife and we're gonna slice it up.
Normally you would let your bread cool before like.
Oh, do you see this steam? This is fresh bread.
That's very fresh.
I think most people would just get store-bought bread, but we're going all out for this recipe because I need to win. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool, but basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this an Uncrustable and we have to take off all the crust because kids don't like crust. Okay, literally removing the crust, remove like most of the bread, but I cut them into triangles the best I could. I just cut it in half like a grilled cheese sandwich. And remove the crust, and now we're gonna put on some butter. I decided to go with this butter instead of the stick butter because it's easier to spread on it. Oh, so good. So we're just gonna, look at that, it's so good. Put some butter on there. And then we're gonna take some sprinkles. The best part, literally the cherry on top. This is weird to me. I feel like this needs to go on a cake. But yeah, I'm just gonna spread the butter on the rest of these, put the sprinkles on, and there's our fairy bread. We have brought in our judges, Jake and Ty, and we're ready for Din Din.
I'm already looking forward for one.
Yeah, we'll start off with the main course. So these are, what are they? Pigs in a Blanket from Germany.
Yes.
Is that the official name?
These side, I've got all the flavor, the good stuff. These are just plain.
What's the good stuff?
You'll have to try and find out.
Alright, so
all the
one.
herbs and spices.
It's like a big fluffy one.
I'll take a big.
It is fluffy,
I'll
so
take a small one.
it did work.
It was crumbly.
Wow.
Mmm.
Puppy
Hey!
No, it's a different type of seed.
I think it's really good.
I don't like the stuff inside of it. Did you grab one from the plane?
You know what would go with this? Cheese slice. Putting cheese on the inside.
We're getting the cheese brats.
Yeah. Oh, I guess yeah, it's part of the broth, but the cheese slice, very savory. That's really good. Thumbs up. Or like the crumble of the outside.
Even the weird seeds on top.
I don't like
those.
the weird seeds, but I would give it a
I
thumbs
think
give
it
it-
works though.
They give it kind of that nutty flavor.
Let's try the dish from Sweden/Norway. Rosette.
I think I'll take a star. You want a star?
Okay.
I thought it would be crunchier.
Very light and airy. With a little powdered sugar on top. It's sweet.
Some didn't go as crunchy as others.
That is pretty good. I would eat these. I would eat the whole plate. Thumbs up. So this is from Australia. This is called fairy bread.
This is Mom's.
So everyone take one.
Wait, will you pass me one time?
Would you like a fairy bread, mother?
Ugh.
Don't look though. Ugh, oh, this is really
Okay, take a bite.
Honestly,
It is what it is. It is bread. It is butter on
it's
bread
butter
with sprinkles.
bread. And
The
you don't
sprinkles
really,
don't bring
I don't
sugar.
taste the flavor of a sprinkle at all.
No, the sprinkle is just like a little crunch here and there.
It's just butter on bread with
Yeah.
pretty sprinkles. I feel like like how we put you could put cinnamon and sugar on bread with butter. I feel like that's a better.
It's just a different take on it, but I mean, it's not gross. I just don't know if I'd ever eat it. Like, I don't know if I'd go to the effort of putting the sprinkles, because I put butter on bread, but
It's probably to get kids to eat just butter and bread
probably is.
instead of because maybe they want jam and stuff, and if you don't have jam,
Yeah, sprinkles.
that's interesting. I don't know if you guys eat this. Tell us why.
I think
I'll
everyone
give
gets
it
a thumbs up.
It
though.
is a thumbs up. It's good.
I don't know if I'd ever eat it again. Audrey lost!
No, I'm tied. No.
Oh, we didn't do a punishment on this one. And I think it was supposed to be for me.
Oh, then it's up then. You get the next punishment.
My punishment is I gotta put a weird seed on.
This is really yummy. This is probably maybe one of our first bake-offs that literally all of them were a win.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for your suggestions. Let us know in the comments once again what ideas you have for future bake-offs. We're gonna enjoy our international dinner here. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.